Black women have the support of a massive group that participates in ratchet behavior and ratchet thinking. A massive group. Now, white, Asian, and Hispanic clients, they got ratchet people, but they don't have a massive support system of ratchets. They don't have the same support. That makes a huge difference. Because if you're going to be ratchet and Asian, especially, if you're going to be ratchet and Hispanic, if you're going to be ratchet and white, you can do that, but they don't have a safe space for you. You can do that, but you had to go away from the group to do that. They don't house you. They don't nurture that. The big groups of the other groups rejects it. The Black community, the massive group, accepts it and nurtures it. It's totally backwards. Rather than sending the ratchets away, the massive Black groups bring the ratchets. There's a safe space for them. Other groups don't have that. So it helps Black women to continue the behaviors. When they're confronted, you look like the minority because you are the minority that confronts that culture, that is counter Black culture. When you confront it, you're the minority and they're the majority. This is the only group, this is the culture where the ratchets, the ghetto, has the power socially. The nerds, the high value minded people. When I'm talking about high values, I'm talking about pro-social values. I'm talking about generosity, respect, honor, faithfulness, kindness. I'm talking about community. I'm talking about high values, your way of being. So the people like us, we in the Black community are the rejects. In other groups, though, they're the rejects. In other groups, the ratchets are the rejects. In other groups, that's for entertainment for them. They go home doing the right thing. Feel me? In other groups, the smart people are elevated because they know you're the key to our progress. In our group, the smart ones are rejected and they think you trying to, what, oppress them. It's interesting. You're so backwards. You think we're trying to oppress you. We're trying to free you. You're trying to be such an individual, you don't know how to be together. You think we want to crush your individuality. No, we're just trying to be a family. Come on. So it's the only group where the ghettos, the ratchets, got the power. Well, folks, it's about time that we flip the scale.
This actually goes right into what I was going to say.
All right, go ahead.
Every other culture, even with white people, you have suburban white people, and then you have trailer trash. Both of those white people have a character. We're fully aware of those characters. The suburban white people, they don't align with what the trailer trash people are doing. But somehow, out of all these other cultures, just how she spoke about, but somehow out of all these other cultures, Black people are the only culture that's supposed to all be in tune, and we're all supposed to agree with the ratchet shit that's going on. And we don't. What's crazy is that, and I've been in and out of the conversation, but what's crazy is that nobody else, none of the Black men on here brought up white people. We was talking about what was going on in the community that we were doing. The two young women, Black women on the panel, they brought up what white people is doing and how white people oppressed us. So what? We have to figure out what's going on and how we can fix what's going on here first, so that they can oppress us. They can oppress us because we're not standing in alignment of understanding that we don't agree with these people, so we don't align with them. So we're going to put a clear line in the sand and say, if that's what you want to do, you stay on that side. But this is what we're going to do, and we're going to create the image that we want the culture, other cultures to see. But that's not the case, because if we don't, then we're Uncle Tom's, where Samuel L. Jackson on the Django, where all of this other shit. And it's like, no, bro, we have a standard that we stand by, and that's it. Clearly, there's no standards on that side because we're supposed to embrace it, and which makes no sense because no other culture does that.
I agree with the women, man. They right. They got it.
All right, damn, short and sweet. Sometimes it's like it. Uh, let me say this. So what that lady was saying in the video spoke a lot of truth to our community and what we're dealing with. Lil Pookie could get a coming home party. It's sad, but it is what it is. But our college graduates, man, y'all not out there supporting. Even if y'all don't know none of the kids that's going across this stage, we ought to be out there in droves supporting these young Black sisters and brothers, man, for deciding to go to do and get a higher education, get their college degrees. We ought to be out there in droves celebrating them. Giving them gift cards, little gift of cards, let them know, hey, man, congratulations. Hey, young lady, congratulations. Give them a little something, to help them try to push them on and forth in life and show our level of appreciation. We don't do that. But please leave at that little Nucks potluck. You're going to make sure you bring the potato salad with the raisins in it, that nasty ass macaroni and cheese with little cheese. You're going to bring all that. That soggy ass fried chicken you're going to be cooking. Y'all going to bring that too for Nuck because he got out of jail. He's tired of that prison spread. He wants some real food. Y'all going to put it together for him. But little Tony, man, he just walked across grade. He made the dean's list 3 years straight. He walked out there with a 3.5. Y'all celebrate him now. Y'all had no idea he had a job until he became a manager at one of y'all companies. Now all of a sudden you want him to hook you up. You looking for the hookup now? No. Tell Nuck to hook you up. He probably got a package you could sell on the corner. Go on, get with him. You celebrated his sorry ass when he got out of prison. Go on, get with him. But that's what we do. We glorify the bullshit. We glorify the bullshit. I think it was really talking about some of the stuff they put on television. We support it. We watch it. We talk about it. You be at the water cooler talk about, girl, you see what happened on Love and Hip Hop last night. You see what happened on the Huntsville, Alabama. You see what they was talking about on Lajewski show. Man, come on, y'all know what it is. But we support that degenerate stuff. We okay with that degenerate stuff. We don't speak it against it. We see young men walk around in these cities with their pants hanging out. You see the whole goddamn drawers, the whole ass is showing. Y'all say, hey, young blood, why don't you pull your pants up, man? That's not credible. We're not worried about our public image. We could give a goddamn. I went to Kroger's on Sunday, a young lady walking there with a whole bathrobe and some pink slippers. Only thing she needed was a goddamn body. And she looked like she getting ready for bed. But you in a Kroger. What we doing? Why? Because we don't care about our public image. We're not worried about how we looking at these streets. We're not worried about how we present ourselves. We not. And the sad part about it is nobody's going to say a word. We're going to say something, but we won't go by, young lady, do you think that's the appropriate thing to be wearing while you out public? No, we're not going to do it. We heard your girl say something about the sisters wearing pajama pants and bonnets at the airport. Y'all, man, y'all try to cancel that brother. I mean, y'all try to cancel that sister. Y'all try to cancel Monique. Y'all say, you don't know what you don't. You don't know what you're doing. You crazy. You didn't tell who gonna check us. But that's the crazy shit we promote. We go with it. You can't look at the mothers because the mothers doing the same goddamn thing. Matter of fact, the grandmothers probably doing it. They right there with them, doing that bullshit, and think it's okay. No, it's not okay. Because it makes us look bad as a whole, even though we may not care about what other people think. How about what we think as a whole? I think that shit's trash. I think that shit looks bad. Why are we doing this? Son, why is your pants hanging down to your goddamn ankles? That's not okay. You know what that is? That's that prison mentality. That lets us know you ready to get your ass taken. You ready to be somebody's boy toy. That's what that prison shit from. But ain't none of y'all sharing it with them. They think it's cool. Nah, ain't nothing cool about it. It's trash. And that's the shit we need to clean up. That's the stuff we need to make better. That's the stuff we need to work on. Working on our public image. I'll leave it there.
I literally said that all black women do is hit us from an adversarial standpoint, and everything she did, rather than try to find common ground, rather than try to find places that we could come on the same accord, what she did was she tried to insult me, basically called me an Uncle Tom by saying the thing on Django. So you're basically saying Uncle Tom without saying it. And it's like, on top of that, it's just like, on top of that just shows your intellect, because if you actually read the book, you would know Uncle Tom's the hero in the story, and what you mean to say is a Sambo, but you're not even at the level.
I literally put that you are a Sambo in the chat.
Because like other black women, you're just speaking, you're staying on code and just regurgitating things you've heard before, like Uncle Tom, without fully conceptualizing. Without fully conceptualizing or understanding what those things mean, you just spew them out. And what was the only purpose of you doing that was to insult, to belittle, to dismiss, and to mischaracterize my argument. And that literally is the point right there. You are proof of why we have this problem. I don't have, see, when I'm talking to people of other races, the irony is, when I'm talking to people of other races, my enemies of other races, these people that supposedly hate me, they don't disrespect me like that. They don't call me out my name. They don't call me, they don't disrespect me for having opinions. It's when I'm talking to my black women like you, the black queens, that's supposed to uplift the black man and supposed to fall under the black man's leadership. It's the black woman that disrespects me and tries to call me an Uncle Tom and a coon and all of this stuff. And you're laughing when that's another thing. I'm here talking to seriously about disrespect, right? And here you are laughing in my face, which shows the respect. Which shows the respect that black women have for black men. Because since I've gotten on this panel, and you keep disrupting me, and since I've gotten on this panel, I have not interrupted anybody. Since I've gotten on this panel, I have not interrupted anybody, nor have I disrespected anybody. You interrupted me, bro.
Still
You still consistently want to do it. So you got it.